Alright, hello everyone. Shorter video today since it's kind of the same old, play video. Nothing cool's going on, so we'll try to keep it pretty short. The girls over here are playing. Curtis is in the back, chewing on some weeds. Poop girly. Looks like she might be trying to find a space to poop. I really wish the dogs are smart enough to not poop in the yard since they play in the yard. But they don't care. If they're out here playing, they might as well be out here pooping too. Well, you'll have some dogs that will, they'll actively not poop in the area that they play in. But these dogs are not that, So all the panting's coming from this girl right here. It's not hot outside. Actually, in fact, I'm wearing long sleeves. It's a little chilly out. Not as cold as it was yesterday. It was pretty cool yesterday. Didn't get to take them out yesterday, unfortunately, though. Simply because during the time frame I was supposed to take them out before me and Samara had to go to class, I called my dad and we were talking for hours, and so I didn't get. Not that I couldn't have taken them out, but during that time, but we were talking numbers and some other stuff, so I just wouldn't have been able to do that and use the computer and try to watch them out here. So just easier to sit at the computer and talk than it was for me to do this. So no video yesterday, but we're out here today. Though Samara did get to do some training because she has class on Mondays. So she's actually going pretty good. Oh man, she was pooping. Hi, pretty boy. Don't do it. Zach Kratos, what did I just say? I gotta try, Ma. I'm gonna get this thing removed one day. The pond, I mean. But anyway, so, what was I saying? Totally forgot. Samara, don't do it. Just gotta check and see if the neighbors are out. Look at her tail. But she's getting pretty good at training. So I don't know if you guys remembered, but I used to be in dog training class almost every day of the week except for Friday and Sundays. Monday is intermediate class. Tuesday was nose work. Wednesday was basic obedience. Thursday was rally and confirmation. Let's say nothing Friday, but then Saturday was agility. We're not as many classes now. So currently my Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday are free. We're still in agility for Kratos. Samara's in intermediate on Mondays. And then Wednesdays I still go down to I help teach up there on Wednesdays for basic obedience. So I still go up there, but the dogs don't follow me. But Kratos definitely needs to go back. But the thing is, he would have still been in class, but he's in intermediate. He can't move up to advanced, and he's too good for basic, so he needs to be in intermediate. But he was just progressing slower than Samara, and Samara was ready to go into intermediate. And unfortunately, I can't have two dogs in intermediate class because they have intermediate 1 and intermediate 2, but they only have one of each class. And so Kratos needs to be in intermediate 1 still. He wasn't good enough to move on to intermediate 2, but then Samara, she needs to move into intermediate 1 from basic because she did basic twice and she was good, right? And so I had to boot Kratos to the side. He doesn't get obedience training, at least not in a class setting, because he was doing a rally and he was also doing agility, but he was still getting worked and socialized naturally, so still good. And then with the stuff that's coming up that I might have an announcement on, hopefully next week. This time, maybe not this time next week, maybe beforehand. Or maybe not even beforehand. I doubt it's going to be beforehand, unfortunately. It'll probably be later. It'll probably be later than maybe next Wednesday, hopefully by then. But because of what may or may not happen with that, I didn't want to put them in anything else. The second I could have also did more rally, you know, more rally classes and stuff like that. But I just want to make sure that my schedule's pretty free if necessary. So. But anyway, but anyway, like I said, she's doing really well in class, so I think I can get her CGC tested. So CGC is Canine Good Citizen. Jack has her Canine Good Citizen, believe it or not, even though I said it, believe it or not, you have your Canine Good Citizen. Kratos working on it. And Samara, I think she does well enough now that she can probably get it done. I mean, I'll still work with her naturally to make sure she keeps up with it, because maybe it was a fluke where yesterday she was just really well behaved. Especially since yesterday, like I said, the idea was that I was going to take her out. She was going to play with these dogs. I was going to take her out for some just basic training in a public setting. I was going to go to Lowe's. But I didn't get to do any of that beforehand. So she came into class with full energy, and she did great. So so we're going to still kind of keep up with that and, you know, work on it with her. But I think she can do CGC testing in October is next time we test. And I think she'll pass, which will be pretty cool. And we just need Kratos on the same level. We just need to get you on the same level. We do. And he gets better. I know he's getting better for sure. Hello. I know he's getting better for sure. Because he's better at listening in class for agility. You know, and that's something that he likes to do. Kratos doesn't particularly care about other people and dogs like that. But he still has that engagement. He wants to say hi. He wants to sniff and check them out. But he's just not as interested in doing that as he is on climbing on stuff. And so if he can listen when there is, you know, tunnels and A-frames and all the other stuff, you know, I think he can listen pretty well with dogs and stuff that he's not supposed to, you know, be involved with. You guys see that, like, I don't know if you guys can see, but, I mean, well, Jack was doing it. Jack was kind of trying to put herself between Kratos and Samara. And trying to kind of take the heat off of her, which is really nice of her to do. That's actually what I actually like to see out of an alpha dog. Them kind of trying to keep the peace, right? Kratos really wants Samara to submit. As you can see, Samara, she's not interested, but she's not submitting, right? So she's not being overly dominant, but she's also not submitting. So it's just like she's not being disrespectful, right? But she's not being respectful. And so Kratos really wants her to submit. But as you see, when as you can see, Samara's definitely got some spice to her, even if she's not super dominant. So, you know, she doesn't want to be, she's not taking bullying, but also I didn't record the beginning part because when I was originally let them out, I let Kratos and Jack out first, and so Samara was in the back area. The reason why she was stuck in the back is because she was actually the only one in the back. So she had been the last one out before I ran off to do some errands, and so because she was the last one out, she was put in the pen in the playroom. So I didn't feel like washing feet to bring her inside. And then Kratos was in the crate inside the house. I don't know if you guys know that there's a crate in the living room that has a bed. Usually it stays open so the dogs can sleep in it. Very rarely do I use it because, like I said, Kratos, I mean, he can be in that crate when I'm not there, fine, so long as there's not a bed in there, because he'll tear it up. Samara, no. Getting all muddy and stuff. Look at her, pretty girl. So I took the bed out and left him in there since his feet were already washed and stuff, and I had to run to do an errand. The point is that when I came back, she was the only one in the back room. So I let these two out after I put the e-collar on Jack, of course. At Kratos? No, sir. Kratos, leave it. A muddy face. So yeah, so I let these two out, and she was naturally crying because she wanted to be let out too, but she has to wait to be quiet. And she definitely does it quicker than she did before. When she was younger, when she was much younger, she would cry the entire time with the plaything and just wouldn't be able to, you know, play. Because like I said, I have this, you have to be consistent with your dog. So if they cry and you let them out, they're going to think that crying lets them out. Yeah, tear it down, girl. Good girl, Samar. Get it. Get it. Good girl. Not coming down. Kratos, you going to help her? You going to help? Good girl, Samar. Get it. Now, one of the things I don't want in my yard, they can just kill it. It would be perfect, but unfortunately, bushes tend to be quite hardy when you don't want them to anyway. Yeah, silly girl. There's your silly girl. There's your silly girl. I didn't know what I was talking about. I totally lost my... Oh yeah, so Samara was the last one out because she had to wait to be quiet. And instead of running out into the yard and taking off like you'll see Jack do a lot of times, you'll see all the dogs do it. When they let them out, they run off into the yard. Samara actually, I mean, she kind of did come out a little bit high energy, but she didn't take off into the yard running. She actually was kind of calm. And the dogs, I mean, they still were kind of getting on to her a little bit because her energy was still really high, but she calmed down pretty quickly. And she tried to do some running, but realized that she didn't like the dogs chasing her, so she did actually submit. It wasn't really complete submission, but she laid down, and then from there the dogs left her alone. Kratos actually went to go grab a stick and tried to entice her to play with the stick. Much nicer play than than when he's trying to get her to submit, of course. So she's learning. At least she's learning that if she doesn't want the energy, she should keep her energy down. Jack's not necessarily the same way, but Jack will learn. And Kratos is the cause of the chaos. Well, he's not the cause of the chaos, but he's happy to engage in it. Anyway, guys, I promised that this video wasn't going to be long. It's over 10 minutes, but, I am going to cut it here. Hope you guys enjoyed this little short video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.